Most students choose their branch at BITS Pilani based on placements, cutoffs, or what seniors say. But here's the question: which branches are actually getting stronger inside the institution right now? And if you care about making decisions based on real data, please consider subscribing. In this video, I'm going to show you, or I'm going to rather use OpenRLens Institutional Intel to break this down. Let's try to jump into OpenRLens portal and look into the data. Now, in this video, we are going to see the institution Intel, so which gives us more detailed information about a particular institute. So I'm going to say BITS, and here is the Pilani campus. So I'm going to get the institution Intel in a few seconds. Yes. Here you see the research outcome of BITS Pilani. This is a rough estimate because in each field, if you go inside and if you try to analyze, you will get even more data. So basically, this is taken only from one data source, which is OpenRLens. Since this portal is actually using 4 different databases, you can understand even better as we go into deep analysis by just clicking it. But before moving on, let's try to see overall what is the trend. Okay. Now here you can see the research outcome of BITS Pilani is like you have over 13,000 research papers. You can also see it is actually spread across various fields, starting from engineering, computer science, medical, material science, up to energy. 29% of all the research outputs is coming from engineering itself. And then if you see computer science, it's 15%. So approximately you can say engineering is double the size of computer science here at BITS Pilani. You don't have to worry about everything in this video because I will show you exactly what matters to you. And here, the first insight based on engineering and computer science, you can clearly say that BITS Pilani is basically engineering heavy institution. Definitely you can say that because computer science is half the capacity of engineering. And then as we move forward, let's see, in engineering, you have electrical engineering, which is a differentiator here at BITS Pilani, which means that electrical engineering in BITS is actually powerful. Biomedical engineering is good, though the global trend is declining, but BITS is building something very niche. And mechanical engineering is stable and also rising. And civil engineering, aerospace, they have to just maintain that. That's what the OpenRLens tool says to us. Now, let's jump into computer science. You can see computer science is going to scale up. Let's try to understand. So AI, artificial intelligence, is going to scale up. I mean, which need a scale up actually, because the global trend is also growing. You can see here, and the BITS itself is also raising in this field. Of course, everyone is actually running behind AI, so definitely you can expect this type of analysis. And you see here in AI, they are actually doing good in terms of topic modeling and privacy preserving technology. So if you're going to choose computer science at BITS Pilani, you can definitely learn cybersecurity at BITS Pilani using AI. And also if you see computer vision and pattern recognition, and here you see OpenRLens says that BITS has to invest more in computer vision. So if you just recollect what is invest is, you can see here, globally the field is growing, but at your university, the field is flat, the output is flat. So if they invest, then it will be good for them. So it means if you just come back here at computer vision, you can see they are trying to build something using advanced neural network applications, but they have to invest more on that in order to grow in that particular area of research. And you have also computer networks where they try to do something on IoT, network security, and then you have information systems where they try to do blockchain and the stuffs like that. Now, back to engineering and try to analyze. Let's see what it actually gives up. Now here, if you see, the overall score that OpenRLens gave is 63 for engineering at BITS Pilani, okay? And you can also see the funding is lesser, but structurally, BITS Pilani is very good in terms of engineering. And you can also see that the overall score, which is projected to now, though it is 63, but with the trend they follow, they are going to catch up to 72 in next 12 months. And also their projected paper outputs in terms of research. I mean, for students, you have to just think about the projected work or the projected results of the BITS Pilani is going to increase like up to 40%. which is really good. And also, the institution is outpacing some of the very important fields inside engineering. And then they also have some early mover advantage in some areas. Let's try to go here. This is really important for us. The first thing is research independence. 70% of their output is actually independent, meaning that the 70% of the work that is produced at BITS Pilani is their own work, which means that they try to lead the work and they try to create something. Now, let's go to computer science. And I'm going to say analyze here, and let's see how different are the results. Now let's see the same metrics that we understood for engineering for computer science as well. Yes, here you can see the overall score currently is only 48. I mean, in the engineering, you could have recollected it was 63, right? And funding presence is really low. It's only 33. And you can also see the structural output for BITS Pilani in computer science is quite low. But the good news for you is in the next 12 months, if they're going to have the same pace in developing research, they are going to achieve around 84, up to 84. There's a possibility if they try to develop in the same pace. Now, here, the research independence for computer science is 52%. It is definitely less than engineering, but it is trying to catch up. At the same time, the main thing that I would really worry about is author continuity, which means that how good or how stable the authors are at BITS Pilani in computer science. You can see only 38%. And if you just compare this with engineering, in engineering it was 53%. So in engineering, the faculty do stay there and they stay there for a longer time. But in computer science, even at BITS Pilani, they are changing. The output stability is still high in computer science, and even thematic continuity is 72%. Definitely less than engineering in terms of thematic continuity, but yes, they are trying to catch up. In terms of funding, this is very, very important. In terms of funding, you can see that in computer science, the funding is 43%, meaning 43% of the papers that are carried out by BITS Pilani are funded by external institutions. It means that BITS Pilani Computer Science is going to collaborate with the external members, meaning that a university in the USA or UK or France, so they just try to collaborate. So basically, the work that is being done at BITS Pilani, though they try to lead their work, but it is actually funded by external members like other country people. And in this case, the funding leadership is only 17%, meaning that you have to understand one thing. Though the actual work might be done by BITS Pilani or any other institution, the funding leadership, if they have lesser percentage, it shows that the actual value of the research is actually harvested by the one who is actually giving money, who is actually funding that research. So even though the tools that are developed at BITS Pilani, it belongs to them, but it is also harvested by the other institution who is funding that. So they have a better say than what BITS Pilani can have. But of course, it also depends on various other parameters, like if they have some internal MOUs between the institutions and other parameters as well. But from this, we can definitely understand that funding is not really up to the mark at BITS Pilani in terms of research papers. And then the external funding anchoring is very high. So 86% of the papers are externally funded. Now, if you think for engineering, let's try to explore that quickly, because in terms of research, let's try to go and jump in quickly. Yeah, in terms of research, the funding, you can see here the funding presence of computer science was better, which was 43%. And in engineering, it is only 35%. Funding leadership is 43%, which is good compared to only 17%, if I remember correctly, for computer science. At the same time, external funding anchoring is lower, meaning that it is good in terms of it is not highly dependent on other people. That's what you have to take into consideration, which was really high in computer science, which was around 86%. So now the difference becomes very clear. Engineering at BITS Pilani is stable, internally strong, and rising across multiple departments, whereas computer science, You can see faster growth driven by AI momentum, but more externally dependent. So, what should you choose? If you want consistency, strong internal systems, structured mentorship, engineering is a very good choice for you. However, if you want fast moving fields, AI exposure, high growth areas, you can definitely choose computer science. Now, you are not just following trends, you are making a decision based on what's actually happening inside. All the best.